Well, good morning, everyone. Meteorologist Michael Wilhite here with Southern Indiana weather. It's about 11:30 a.m. here on Monday morning, Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Hope you're, if you're able to be off, hope you're out enjoying it. It's a nice day outside. We've already warmed into the low 40s, but that's about to change. As you can see up here on our current situation, we have another little clipper system that's going to be moving our way, and unfortunately, looks like it can bring a little bit of snow with it. This will actually be the 19th day that we'll have seen some sort of snow fall from the sky this season already, and we've seen some years where we're lucky to have 2 or 3 because it's so warm, and unfortunately we've got some brutal cold temperatures to come with it as well. Check out these below zero temperatures in single digits. That's also heading our way with this as we go through time. Alright, this morning's video update is being brought to you by High Voltage Mobile DJ Services. You can find them on the web at djhighvoltage.com. Give Nathan a call at 812-630-9465 if you've got a prom coming up that you need a DJ for, or a wedding, or any number of things. He can hook you up and do it at a very reasonable price. So give Nathan a call and tell him Southern Indiana Weather sent you. Alright, let's take a look at our future radar, and we'll just sort of time this out for today. And looks like today, this afternoon anyway, will stay pretty well dry, and here we are by 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, now 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock this evening, and you notice here it comes down from Iowa as it moves in a little bit faster. You notice the snow starts to intensify here by 2 a.m. Eastern time. Overnight you've got the snow tracking into northern Indiana, some light snow showers, and maybe even some heavy pockets breaking out over here, but the main swath is still to come. And then as you advance that in time, unfortunately it looks like this is going to be an overnight event, and I say unfortunately because that could make a very big mess for your Tuesday rush hour traffic. Here we are at 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m., and really by 7 a.m. it looks like it's exited most of southwest Indiana and started to and is starting to exit, and really by the time you hit 10 a.m. it's pretty much gone from the entire state, and maybe you might have just a remnant snow shower or two from here or there, but it doesn't look like it's a very big system, and part of that is due to how fast it's going to be. If we back it up here and just kind of put it down at its heaviest, you notice some reasonable snowfall accumulation rates. I mean, the light blues are some light snow, but by the time you get into these pockets of orange and the white, you've got more of a moderate type of snow shower, even to heavy pockets of snow for some time. But really this only is going to be about a 4 or 5 hour window, and it's gone from the area, so that's not going to give it that much of a chance to accumulate, thankfully. And if we get taking a look just real quickly at what the high-resolution NAM I'm showing you here expects, really the pockets of 2 inches and beyond are confined over into this section of Indiana, more towards the Cincinnati and Covington area, and really northeast of Louisville. But for those of us here in the southern part and southwestern part of the state, really it's giving us very light snow totals as far as that goes. So just on an order, really, just to kind of draw it out for you, it's possible that you may see some 2-inch plus totals in this area, but in general, for the rest of us, this isn't going to be anything that is going to have to be to write home about. We'll say maybe a dusting to 1 inch or so, really at best, and again, maybe some isolated 2-inch amounts, but in general through this area, it's not going to be a big snow event, and some of us may get a light coating to a dusting, really at best for this. It's not anything as far as a large accumulating snow is to worry about. The biggest problem that I see with this is the timing. Whenever you've got this coming in overnight into the rush hour, you look for travel delays tomorrow morning. Look for a busy morning. Hopefully not, but I would say potentially a busy morning for law enforcement, as we'll more than likely see multiple wrecks out of this. That's usually the sad thing. Sadly, that's what we see with this oftentimes. So be aware of that. If you have to head out to work early in the morning, maybe give yourself some extra time, because I can just tell you right now it looks like a mess, unfortunately. Now, just real quickly, the GFS is pretty much in agreement with this. I didn't pull up the snow total accumulation map, but what I want you to show you here with the precept, you've got an Arctic cold front that's going to be blasting through, and just sort of to set up with what you've got going on, we've got a cold front that's moved through like this today, but we've got a secondary cold front that's up here along with that clipper system, and that's going to be diving down our way. Now, as this secondary cold front dives down our way, the first one will have moved well past us. We've got another low pressure that's starting to form storm on here. And then what I want you to notice is see all these greens. That's the heaviest snow totals. And again, for the most part, pretty much out of our area. And the southern and southwest portions of the state really just receives minor accumulations. And you have to go more towards Cincinnati and really to the north and east of Louisville before you start to see those larger accumulations to be expected. Now, the bigger story beyond this is going to be the temperatures. This week, temperatures are going to be just absolutely ridiculously cold. You can see this on the European model, and I know it may be kind of a confusing graphic, but what you see here, just illustrate it for you. This line is your maximum temperatures, and this line is your minimum temperatures. It's going in 12-hourly increments. So what you've got going on here, really today, notice that we get up here into the 40s, and that's about it. That's the highest you get, because what I want you to notice from here on out is brutal cold temperatures. You're talking some days where you only, according to the Euro model, reach into the lower teens, and then maybe into the mid-20s, and then a smattering of 1 or 2 close to 40-degree days here really through the next through the end of the month, because this goes all the way out to the 30th. And then look at your low temperatures while we're doing this as well. Some of these low temperatures, even in the single digits here. Now, don't see any sign of below zero temperatures with this model, which is a good thing, but we will get close to it on some nights, especially as you see 3 degrees. And the GFS has sort of backed off of those bitterly cold below zero temperatures as well and moderated us more towards single digits. But really, if you're looking at lower single digits or below zero temperatures, what's the difference by that point? If we get a prolonged period of this, you could still get busted pipes and things like that. So start thinking about that, because it looks like we're going to end up with those bitter cold temperatures. All right, go to southernindianaweather.com. You can get your 7-day forecast and click over here. Just click on 7-day forecast. It'll take you up to here, looking for a high right around what we're at now with the low 40s for today. Now, again, that snow moves in overnight. We're going to go down to about 25 by daybreak or so in the morning, and then temperatures tomorrow will fall. So cloudy and breezy, unfortunately, tomorrow. That's going to bring a bitterly cold temperature, because wind chills are really going to be something we have to worry about. Temperatures are going to fall into the teens during the afternoon hours. We're going to go all the way down to an overnight low of about 8 on Tuesday night. So again, the brutal cold air is coming. So bundle up when you send the kids out tomorrow and when you head to work, because it's going to be a bitterly cold day. Again, snow total accumulation, I'm expecting a dusting up to an inch for most of us. Isolated higher amounts. Some of folks may get lucky enough to get a jackpot of a 2-inch amount, but it's going to be hard to get much more than anything of that around here. And again, I think the majority of that's going to be confined more toward the northeast of Louisville, towards the Cincinnati area, Switzerland and Ohio counties in Indiana, places more towards that. Wednesday, at least we warm up from the teens, falling into the teens on Tuesday. We warm up to 23 on Wednesday. But again, notice the overnight lows, and only 17 for a high on Thursday. So again, we're entering a prolonged period of some bitter cold temperatures. Again, it's not below zero, but when you're talking about an overnight low of 5 degrees, that could, you're talking an overnight low of 11 and 8 and then 11 and then 5. So again, monitor this, folks. Take some precautions. If you've got some outdoor hydrants that need to be better winterized, things like this, the last thing that we want is pipes busting, but I could see some potential for that this week, because we're getting into a prolonged period of this. Finally, by Saturday and Sunday, the temperatures start to moderate a little bit, but we get some snow showers potentially to deal with on Sunday again. Could that be an accumulating event? Maybe, maybe not. It's up in the air at this point, but what we do know is we can expect just a little bit of minor accumulations for tonight. Now, I'll continue to track this storm system as it approaches our way. I'll have updates throughout the evening tonight, potentially another video forecast update later tonight to look more at that longer pattern. For Southern Indiana Weather, I'm meteorologist Michael Wilhite. Have a great day, folks.